Is that a spider t-shirt? Yeah. Why don't you wear stussy? That's in style now. Buddy, it's mad expensive. I can't afford it. Guess it sucks for you that you can't afford clothes like ours. How would you feel if you got bullied for the clothes that you wore? That's why I strongly believe that American public schools should enforce uniforms for K 12 students. Today, I'm going to bring to your attention the social impacts on parents and students, as well as the solutions that we have in store. Now, the anecdote that I gave earlier was real. A tennis teammate of mine has actually said that, going as far as asking what social class I belong to. Like, who does that? To understand why uniforms should be implemented in our schools, I'll explain what causes trouble for parents and students, what schools around the world are doing to solve that problem, and some other suggestions for schools. If students are getting bullied for the clothes that they wear, their appearance becomes more important to them than it ever was before. So their focus shifts from their academics to their overall appearance, and because of focusing on their overall appearance, they're forcing their parents to making unnecessary purchases. But let's focus on just the students for a second. So, as we established earlier, students are getting bullied for their overall appearance. According to a study done on April 28, 2017, after asking 300 college students, as well as 41 other college students who have experienced being bullied at school, researchers have found that more than one half of participants discussed clothing for the reason of being bullied at school. This shows how important fashion is considered to many under this age. For those who don't find it as important, it becomes important if they're going to get humiliated for it. Fashion becomes the main focal point at school, and students won't be able to focus on their studies. According to a November 2024 article, the pressure to seem fashionable at social events and school functions can result in more stress and less anxiety or less concentration on academic tasks. Therefore, the higher stress levels and poor academic performances might arise from this distraction. Obviously, authorities don't want academic regression in their students, nor would parents want it in their children. Now, let's discuss them for a second. Our hardworking parents are having to buy high end clothing, adding to their family's expense, and parents sometimes just give in despite their limitations. What's worse is clothes, whether they're cheap or not, they're going to last just for about 3 to 6 months. Even worse, fashion trends last for as much as about 2 to 3 weeks. So that's even worse because that's just going to lead to more expenses, and that's just going to cause the number on the receipt to get bigger and bigger. Students could lose their self esteem from getting bullied, getting distracted from their academics, all because they're worrying about their clothes or their appearance. Parents are evidently spending more on clothes when they should be saving it for themselves or spending it on actual family needs than just their child's stupid wants. Now, therefore uniforms can save money for parents. It can also prevent bullying by a significant amount, and it takes away one simple distraction from students' lives. Now, what's the psychological aspect behind bullying people for their clothes? How many people are concerned about um, fashion, and why are parents giving in to their kids? Allow me to explain why bullies pick on some students who they think may be lesser than them, the fashion consciousness of some youngsters, and how expensive clothes can get, which will be explained on a smaller but similar scale. Bullying on appearance or fashion occurs because the way that students dress can create a perception of they the financial status of the student or the social strata that they belong to. According to a 2019 article, former college researcher Amy Cauchy stated that nowadays it's become all too common for new bullies to target someone for not having the right look. Alongside that, it's most likely because of not having enough money to be able to fit in with the very latest fashions or to not even buy new clothes at all. This is one huge pain that students have to deal with. As mentioned earlier, students can get distracted from um, academics because of the obsession on fashion and appearance. This is mainly because of peer pressure. According to a survey done from according to a survey from the same November 2024 article that was conducted on 300 teens ages 13 to 19, researchers have found that 70% of students are monitoring fashion trends with the help of social media, and 65% of those same 300 students are having to deal with peer pressure because they think that they have to wear a certain types of clothes so that they can fit in with their friends. This shows how many people in these ratios can be saved from peer pressures through school uniforms. Now, having to buy clothing that suits a child's preference, be it in terms of branding or the styles that are just in, can make it very stressful for parents. A 2007 Hindustan Times article hypothesizes that if a child's friend has a Nike bottle, which is about 1,000 rupees, which is $30 in 2007, that child will want it too because his friend has it. Although parents might not have the lifestyle to be able to afford that Nike bottle, but they would still give in to their child because they think, oh, our child really wants it, so we'll just give it to them. For 2007, $30 for is mad expensive for a water bottle. So most parents would have thought that it's either unaffordable or extravagant. I only use the bottle just to connect the affordability and expense to the clothes. All these statistics show the importance of the issue. Therefore, it's important to think of one solution: mandate school uniforms. It's much simpler. It's much cheaper than making frequent purchases of branded items. Now, what if everyone cannot agree to this solution? According to a 2008 article from The Guardian, Mary Boosted, the secretary of the Association of Teachers and Lecturers, schools and colleges should be places where all children feel equal, but it's virtually impossible for schools to protect their pupils from the harsher aspects of these common influences. This quote was made several years ago. Now we have the solution to it. Now, what if schools could limit clothing to only certain brands? Just to give an example, according to a November 2018 article from The Guardian, to limit what brands can be worn in schools, a high school in Birkenhead, England, has banned pupils from wearing designer coats. They've done this because those who cannot afford to feel stigmatized, they feel left out, they feel inadequate. This, of course, was the reasoning of school headmaster Rebecca Phillips. Now, to those who think that students should have a say in things, there can be a student there can be a student board or council that can help draft the dress code. Now, who doesn't like that? According to an August 2025 article, schools that invite student representatives to evaluate sustainable uniform option consistently report um, significantly higher satisfaction rates than those who just like enforce the rules with leaving no choice for students but to wear it. Logically speaking, it's understandable that students who are the ones being affected in this argument would be satisfied in making the solutions to the dress code. These are all reasonable solutions because that leads to less bullying, and there's no reason for students to revolt because we're letting them have a voice. To conclude, I've tried to give you substantial evidence to prove that uniforms should be mandated for K 12 students so that there's less bullying, less distractions, and overall less stress for everyone. Like, who wants to deal with that much stress? With uniforms, there won't be the need to ignore bullying or to find ways to help the bully. Again, I've explained the importance of why school uniforms should be mandated. Now, it might seem like imposing this idea like a dictator, but please don't take me for one of those. I'm doing this only just for everyone's safety, yours and mine. Less stress, less bullying, less expenses, but still a voice for students. It's a win-win situation for everyone.